Hi, I'm Andrea from Divine Earth Gardens. I want to show you how we install the pollinator patch. There's a couple different ways that we can install the pollinator patch. The easiest, least labor-intensive way is by using cardboard and covering it with soil. Another method is by using a sod cutter if it's a larger project, or we can also do solarization, which takes a little bit more time, but it is a good idea to do it in the fall, and that way you can be ready to plant early spring. Our goal is to restore habitat in our community. We've noticed that over time a lot of our habitat has slowly been disappearing. We just want to help put back habitat and help our community learn about native plants, pollinators, and how it all helps wildlife. The 3x3 typically gets 9 native plants, so we're gonna start with the cardboard method and I'll show you how we install it. To mark my pollinator patch, I'm just gonna use something random like these rocks to mark each corner so that I'll know where to put the cardboard. A super small spot, but for someone who might not have a whole lot of room, this is perfect to get started. The whole 3x3 area is covered in cardboard. There's no grass sticking out. So the goal with the cardboard method is that this is going to break down over the course of a couple weeks, but it's going to allow us to plant today. You want to completely soak this cardboard. That'll speed up the breaking down process so that the plant roots can start growing through. By watering it, it will allow the cardboard to kind of sink closer to the ground and eliminate any air pockets. We're going to layer it with soil. Okay, now that we have our soil down, we're going to get to planting. Typically you want the tallest plants on the inside so that you can see the shorter plants on the outside. You want to push around on the pot to loosen up the roots. Flip it upside down, let it fall out like this, and you want to gently tease the roots open. So then you're gonna make a hole, put the plant in, cover it with soil, and that plant is done. Alright, that's the last one. I'm watering it before we mulch it, just so that the water can really soak into the roots, rather than getting stuck in the mulch. When mulching a small bed like this, I typically like to use my hands. When mulching, try not to put too much around the base of the plant. You want it to be able to breathe. So I might sprinkle a little bit, but that's as far as I'll go. In the other parts, you want to go a lot heavier to keep any weeds out. So this method of gardening is considered gardening up. So it's very beneficial because this is no-till, no dig. The plants may look small now. These were planted as quart-sized plants, but by this time next year they will be more than double the size. They only take about a year or two to fully mature. Once the cardboard starts breaking down, so if you're planting in September, probably next spring would be the time to edge this. So we can come by, edge it, just to prevent any of this turf grass from creeping in on your native garden. Edging is really important for this. Mulching is crucial to keep non-native plants out. You want to make sure that you're keeping on top of weeds. I recommend using the app Picture This to identify plants that you're not sure, like, is that part of my pollinator patch or is that something that shouldn't be there? That app is a really good tool. Another thing, you want to make sure that you're keeping on top of watering. I would say a deep watering once a week for 4 weeks is all native plants will need. After that, you never have to water them again. So when fall comes and it's time for fall cleanup, we advise against cleaning up your pollinator patch until probably next spring, maybe April. Bees use the stems as nests, birds eat the seeds that these plants produce, and butterflies use the leaves to lay their larvae on, their babies on. So if you're removing all of that and throwing it in the garbage can, you're basically going to be throwing away those pollinators, and that's really sad. So please wait until spring to clean up your area, and if you do clean it up, do not throw it away in a plastic bag in the trash going to the landfill. Please find a little spot in the corner of your yard to put the leaves and the sticks if you must absolutely clean up your pollinator patch. Please leave it on your property. That way it's a closed cycle and nothing leaves. So here you have the 3x3 beginners pollinator patch, and by this time next year it'll be swarming with pollinators.